Lean Bronze, an introduction to the fundamentals of Lean. 1. Introduction. Why Lean? Taiichi Ohno, the father of the Toyota production system, said, "The slower but consistent tortoise causes less waste and is more desirable than the speedy hare that races ahead and then stops occasionally to doze." The Toyota production system can be realized only when all the workers become tortoises. We will now begin our journey to understand what he really meant. Where does Lean come from? While the Lean concept applied to industrial production is associated with the Japanese company Toyota in the mid-20th century, many of the basic concepts of Lean can be found in examples from earlier history. Foremost amongst these is the example provided by the Arsenal of Venice in the 1500s, which was able to produce a war galley in 2 hours. Modern times. Modern Lean production systems have their origins in the ideas of Taiichi Ohno, who worked in Toyota as it transformed into an automobile manufacturer. In the 1950s, the post-war Japanese economy was characterized by low but diversified market demand with minimal available space and very few resources. In this challenging environment, the Toyota managers developed a new production model by enhancing the role of human resources and giving priority to the customer using an approach inspired by Ford but going well beyond it. Why Lean? Lean is an approach to eliminate all that is wasteful in a process. It is more than a simple set of rules or methods. It is a way of looking at and thinking about processes, and it is a philosophy of thought that embraces the whole company. Lean processes are focused on the delivery of a quality product to the customer. Benefits of Lean. There are many benefits to implementing Lean, some of which can become self-reinforcing. Lean has benefits in terms of quality, speed, cost, reliability, and flexibility. Customers do not want defective items, and so a focus on producing fewer defects will reduce the number of complaints and recalls. This will lead to a reduction in the amount of time and effort spent managing these problems. In most cases, the customer will be happier if they can have the item sooner. In other words, we are able to respond more quickly to the customer. You should be aware though that there are some categories of goods in which delivery time is not necessarily so important. For example, some luxury and made-to-order items. The lead time is the amount of time from when the customer places the order to when they receive the product, whether this is a physical item or the output of a service. Having a shorter lead time helps us be more responsive, and one way to do this in manufacturing is to work with smaller batch sizes, whereas in a service process, the automation of as many steps as possible can lead to great reductions in lead times. A big advantage of working with smaller batch sizes is that there are smaller amounts of materials being processed and stored. In fact, one of the focuses of Lean is to reduce the amount of stock present in a process, which is simply capital tied up. By paying more attention to the parts of the process that can be improved, we will find benefits in better use of resources and also space. Another important advantage is that we pay more attention to how the process is monitored and controlled. And in particular, we can start to identify ways in which the process can become self-regulating such that it produces exactly what it should. This ultimately makes the process more reliable. By addressing issues of waste in a process, we may also introduce flexibility such that the process can better respond to the request of the customer. And if we aren't lean? Many lean companies have been implementing these methods for years with excellent results, while traditional companies are becoming less competitive as they are forced to lower prices with ever lower margins on sales. Bearing in mind that all customers require timely delivery, in the right quantities of the required goods at a competitive cost and without quality problems, it becomes imperative that we adopt an approach which will allow us to compete. We cannot let our competitors win. The price is defined by the market. The marketplace exerts a constant downward pressure on prices. Whereas previously the price was variable based on the fixed costs plus an adjustable level of profit, now it is clear that the price is determined by the marketplace more than ever, and our profit is dependent on keeping our costs down as much as possible. In this scenario, the only way that we can continue to make a profit is to constantly reduce costs. Summary of Section 1. Lean has its roots in a common sense approach to organising processes. Lean brings benefits in terms of quality, speed, cost, reliability and flexibility. Lean allows costs to be reduced through better use of available resources.